Brian Wright, Daily B 135. What are we talking about? We're talking about not getting caught up by influence. Brian Wright from BrianWright732.com and fitin.com. So, influencers. I do not have the audacity to call myself an influencer. I'm just a vlogger, a communicator, owner of a coaching company. That's who I am. I work with people, but one of the main things I do, which I think is a little bit different, is that I really want people to connect not so much with my ideas in terms of, when I say ideas, I don't want to tell you what to do and how to do it. I want to show you, good tactical and create good strategies, that kind of stuff. But the most important thing, my primary objective, is to get you to stop consuming and start producing. So I don't want you to be someone that's constantly regurgitating other people's stuff. I want you to start creating your own. Because if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, if you're a leader, if you're a manager, if you're always just being the DJ of other people's content, you can be the DJ of some other people's content in terms of the product in which you provide as a service. But how you run your business, how you market your business, how you brand yourself cannot be DJing content. And that's where the influencer market can get really confusing. There are a lot of people putting out a tremendous amount of content that kind of gives you the lingo, the language, the look, the feel, everything, so that you can get lost personally, and then you're just putting out a business that's a bunch of pieces of other people's things. My whole thesis on existence is we're supposed to be satisfied and happy. If you want to be one of the herd and just follows constantly, that's fine. If that makes you happy, okay, that's not me. That's not leaders, business people that I run into. The people that are dissatisfied tend to be dissatisfied because they're just not being themselves. They're attempting to be something else. And again, that's where the influencer market can get weird. Like if Gary Vaynerchuk goes on today and does a rant about how the biggest thing that's going to be landing on Snapchat and Instagram and is going to get you 1 billion followers is a pink filter while standing on your head. There's going to be a lot of handstands and pink filters going on in the world today. But the thing is, when you're Gary Vaynerchuk and you've got millions of followers and you're putting out a massive amount of content that a massive amount of people are, really into, and you're running hundreds of millions of dollars worth of companies and funds and whatever, you can kind of say what you want. And I think he has very genuine information. I'm not attacking him. But what I'm saying is, if you're looking to go from where you're at to an elite level or just a higher level or more satisfied level, doing what other people are doing may not be the right thing. Doing what you need to do is the right thing. And what you need to do, where does the info come from that? It comes from in here. You've got to really trust your gut and your heart and your instincts and your head, and you've got to do the things that are going to make you satisfied, that are going to make you happy, that are going to make your definition of success complete. It's not about what other people say is success. It's not what other people say should satisfy you. It's not other people's definition of happy. It's all about you, and that is not a selfish thing. As an individual, you have your own unique desires and things that you want to see happen. So if you're going to operate constantly using other people's information and tactics and strategies, you're never fully being yourself. So how are you fully going to be satisfied and happy and engaged and whatever? You may acquire wealth doing other people's things, but at the end of the day, you're not being yourself. So you're going to have a little bit of a hole. And how are you going to fill that? And that's where all the trouble really begins. That's when all the bad hobbies start kicking in, is when we've got that hole inside because we're not fully being ourselves. And the biggest trap is that we read the books, we watch the videos, and we just become consumers. And then we become people that, we are emulating the influence market instead of creating content in that market and becoming an influencer. You may never be as popular as some of those people, but I'm not going to discourage you from trying. I think you should be pounding out content all day long instead of, watching and reading and listening to the news. Do something newsworthy. Instead of going to the museum and looking at art, create art. Instead of just going and being part of the consumption process, become a creator. That's what this is about. This is the dialogue that I keep trying to create here, is to get you from being followers to being real leaders. And leaders are not just taking other people's stuff and pushing it out. They are creating their own way, and they're living according to that, and they're running people according to that, and they're helping people according to that, and that's where the success really comes in. So just beware while you're listening and watching and consuming your information that you're not, taking it on. I have a friend that started watching Grant Cardone, and this is a dude from New Jersey who's all of a sudden starting to talk with a Texas accent. A person who's never cursed is watching Gary Vaynerchuk and now is dropping F-bombs left and right. The other ones with there are very dominant people that speak. Robin Sharma is another one. I see people, then all of a sudden they start getting into this humility lingo. You just got to get away from that language, and you've got to speak in your own voice. I speak in my voice. I don't pull in an accent, terminology, whatever that I'm getting from elsewhere. This is me. You're getting me, because I've spent the time to do the work analyzing what I've done in my past, what am I doing right now, what do I want to do in the future. I've done it with other people, and I've really identified key things. But my main key thing, my thesis on everything is you have to look inward, not just outward, spend more time inside than outside, be a creator, not a consumer, and that's where you find happiness and success. If you follow my stuff, you'll see that's exactly what I talk about constantly. Be educated to what's going on in the world, but be yourself in the world, because that's your only unique property. The only unique thing you can be is yourself, because we are all individuals and we are all unique, and that is our greatest asset when it comes to the marketplace. Because if you are being you, nobody else in the marketplace can do that better, because they are who they are and you are who you are. So go to the market as you are with what you provide and be it and speak it, walk it, talk it, live it, be it, learn how to sell it, close it, deal it, profit off of it. Create the life that you want off of yourself. I think that's what the point is. I think we're born to be us. And in a modern economy, which is the world in which we live, the world in which we create our security, we have to be able to profit off of ourselves to create the lives that we want. That's the trick. And that's why I created Fit In. And that's why I took coaching not just from the gym behind me, and I brought it to the internet, and I started working with other businesses, and I started working with other people, because as a coach, I can work with a small group of people in a room, or I can use the tools that are available to me today to create a wider audience, to create a greater impact, because at the end of the day, for me, my success, my happiness is working with people to make them better, period. I have the tools to work with more people in more ways and create greater benefits because of all this technology, which is amazing. So this is how I embrace my marketplace with myself, knowing exactly who I am. Now you need to do that. What is it that you are creating? What is it that you are providing? What is it that you want to say? Go say it. Look for inspiration in the influencer market, but don't look for the language. Don't look for the product or service. You are the language. You are the product and service. Everybody else provides data. You have to analyze that data and spit it out your way. So that's the message of the day. Don't be who you are consuming. Be yourself. Don't let that information morph you into something you're not. Be who you are. That is your greatest asset. All right, I'm out. Hey, this is Brian again. Hey, I'm interested. Who is your greatest influencer? Who do you like to consume the most? Who do you watch? Who do you read? Who's that one person that gives you the inspiration to get through your day? If there is one. And if you don't have one, tell me. I'm really curious to see who doesn't consume anything and is actually creating success on their own. It's a cool topic. Let's get the conversation started. Like, share, comment. Let's go. Keep this information rolling on. Later.